Formula One could be on the brink of one of its biggest format shakeups in years. And it's all coming from the top. F1 President Stefano Domenicali has confirmed that the sport's much-debated sprint race format is now under a microscope, with high-level discussions already taking place between drivers, team principals, and Formula One leadership. The mission: to make the sport more thrilling, more unpredictable, and more appealing to fans around the world. But here's the million-dollar question: will these changes truly make Formula One better, or will they compromise the very purity of competition that makes it so special? In these talks, two bold proposals have stolen the spotlight. The first, expanding sprint races to more weekends, possibly every race on the calendar. The second, and the far more controversial, introducing a reverse grid system where the fastest drivers start further back, forcing them to battle their way through the field. It's an idea borrowed from Formula 2 and Formula 3, and while it can deliver breathtaking action, it also risks turning strategy and skill into chaos and luck. Some believe it could make sprints must-watch television. Others warn it could turn F1 into more of a gimmick than a sport. The tension between Domenicali and the drivers over sprint races isn't new. Since their introduction, drivers have voiced concerns that sprints upset the rhythm of a Grand Prix weekend, add unnecessary risk, and, in some cases, devalue Sunday's main race. But this time, Domenicali believes he's found a compromise, allowing teams to make changes to their cars after the sprint, even under parc-fermé conditions. It's a change teams appreciate because it gives them more flexibility to adapt for Sunday. But while that's a nice adjustment for engineers, let's be honest, it's not exactly the kind of headline-grabbing drama fans are craving. That's where the reverse grid comes in. Domenicali has hinted that, in its simplest form, the driver who qualifies first for the sprint would start 10th, and the driver in 10th would start on pole. The positions would then flip in between. Second starts 9th, third starts 8th, and so on. It's a shake-up designed to inject chaos into the midfield and create overtaking opportunities for big names who are forced to slice their way through the pack. But in a sport where a single DRS train can lock the field in place, could this really deliver the action fans expect, or will it simply create frustration as the fastest cars get stuck behind slower ones with no way past? Critics argue that if the reverse grid doesn't feed into Sunday's main race, if there's no real link between the two, then it risks becoming an isolated spectacle with no bearing on the championship fight. And there's another danger: teams might try to game the system, intentionally qualifying slower just to secure a better starting position in the sprint. That's not racing. That's playing the rulebook, and fans are smart enough to see through it yet. Not everyone is against the idea. Lewis Hamilton has openly supported experimenting with reverse grids, even recalling his 2021 Interlagos comeback as one of the most thrilling weekends of his career, charging through the field from last place in the sprint to victory in the main race. For Hamilton, it's about adding variety, breaking up the monotony of endless practice sessions, and creating unpredictable storylines. But others, like George Russell and Max Verstappen, are far less enthusiastic. Verstappen in particular sees it as punishing success. Why should the fastest driver in qualifying be forced to fight through unnecessary traffic, risking damage and points just to put on a show? Beyond the reverse grid debate, Domenicali's other proposal, to significantly increase the number of sprints, has its own complications. Right now, there are only 6 sprint weekends in the season, but he's hinted at following MotoGP's lead and holding them at every race weekend, much like Formula 2. Promoters love the idea because it gives them an extra sellable event and boosts Friday attendance. Investors are pushing for it too, seeing it as a way to attract new fans who might find the traditional weekend format too slow-paced. But drivers and teams worry about burnout. With a record 24 races already confirmed for 2025, adding a sprint to every weekend would mean an intense, relentless schedule that pushes both humans and machines to their limits. And there's a deeper issue at play here. Who's actually steering the future of Formula One? While Domenicali is officially in charge, he answers to commercial rights holders and event promoters, many of whom care more about ticket sales, television ratings, and sponsorship revenue than the integrity of the sport. This is why we're seeing new venues like Madrid enter the calendar while historic circuits like Barcelona face uncertainty. It's also why sprint races, loved by promoters for their crowd-pulling potential, are at the heart of this conversation. But when investors start influencing race formats, you have to ask, how much control do the drivers and teams really have left? Because here's the reality. Every time you make a change to the weekend structure, you're not just adjusting the show, you're changing the DNA of Formula One, and once those changes take hold, they rarely go back. Reverse grids could create unforgettable moments, or they could make the sport feel like a circus. More sprints could keep fans hooked every Friday and Saturday, or they could drain the drivers and dilute the magic of Sunday's race. It's a balancing act between entertainment and authenticity, and right now F1 is leaning hard towards spectacle. So the question for fans is this: are you ready for a Formula One where unpredictability is built into the rules, where every weekend is a high-stakes, multi-day battle filled with plot twists? Or do you believe the sport should protect its traditional qualifying to race flow, rewarding pure pace and precision above all else? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And when you're done, make sure you click the video on your screen right now for more breaking news and deep analysis on the future of Formula One.